Good evening. My name is Scott Kidd. I'm the Vice President of Food and Beverage at Live Casino in Hanover, Maryland. I'd like to invite you to my kitchen tonight. Oftentimes I get asked, how do you make a great steak? I'm sure some of you who have dined with us in the Prime Rib, and actually we're here to celebrate April 29th is Prime Rib Day. And so I thought I'd talk about steak a little bit and some ideas I can share with you and some ways to pick the right steak for your favorite event, or also to make some great new items for your family if you haven't tried these before. So let's start with some of the steaks we feature at the Prime Rib, and I'm going to talk about two different things here. We've got dry aged prime, we have choice, and then we have select. So when you go to the grocery store, you're more than likely going to see choice or select. Prime beef, when it comes into a restaurant, is usually, of all the beef that's graded across the country, only 1% grades out of prime. And that's usually reserved for high-end restaurants and prime steakhouses. Now, what we have here, when you get to adding dry age, I'm going to talk about that for just a minute, but folks, we feature these steaks in the Prime Rib right now. We've got a beautiful 8-ounce filet right here. We've got a 24-ounce bone-in ribeye, and then this is a dry-aged New York strip. Now, this is a 21-day dry age where it's aged on the bone, and so the dry age process, in essence, shrinks the moisture in the beef starts to evaporate out. Those are my baked potatoes for dinner tonight. All right, and so what happens in the dry age process is that you get a more concentrated flavor. And so we actually we get these whole strip loins in, and then we cut them. This is the actual strip. Now I have this sitting on a Himalayan salt tablet. Now this is a great thing if you don't have this at home. Himalayan salt tablet, if you lay anything, beef, fish, shrimp, vegetables, it's going to pick up a nice salt flavor to it. You want to put your meat on here for about half an hour prior to grilling it, all right? Actually, I'm going to turn these over here, and we're going to let these sit for a few more minutes before we grill them out on our grill. Now, you can't always have this at home. You can't always buy prime beef at the store. It's hard to find. So, things that you can find at the store, things that you might find easy to do at home. This is a flank steak, right? This is a choice flank steak. I picked this up at one of the club stores. And I also have a nice eye round of beef. This would be almost called a poor man's tenderloin. And so these are now the steak that we serve at the steakhouse, incredibly tender, certainly top of the shelf item. These items here, these would be in the choice category, and so a little tougher to chew, or I should say the chewability is a little bit more work. So how can you find tenderness, all right? Marination, dry marinades or rubs, wet marinades. And then I also have, if you don't have one of these at home, this is called a jacquard. And its essence, you can find these online. They're about $50. And it's a series of small knives. And so you can take an item like a flank steak, or in this case, we're going to take our eye round. We're going to cut it down a little bit in a nice steak here. And all we're going to do is we're going to take a jacquard to it. Very simple. You're just going to take it right through, just like this. You're going to go all over the meat with it. You're going to flip it over, and you can do the same thing again. All right? So a jacquard can be a great way to get a nice tender steak, and then you marinate this, and it's ready to go on the grill. Now, pre-seasoning meat is very important. Best and easiest way, before it goes on the grill, in a hot pan, whether you cast iron pan or steel pan, on your charcoal grill, on your gas grill. I always like to take it, we brush it down a little bit of olive oil, all right? Just a sprinkle, this is just kosher salt, and that's it, all right? If you like to put a little fresh cracked pepper on it, that's fine as well, and right on the grill. Not a whole lot of seasoning, let the meat stand for itself, all right? So, options, gas grill, charcoal grill, pellet grills are now very popular, cooking on your stove, whether you have a cast iron pan or a hot pan. However you like to cook your meat, there's no wrong way to do it, all right? What I would recommend, if you like your meat more well done, you're gonna cook it for a longer period of time. You may even finish it in the oven after you sear the outside. The goal is you wanna have a crust on the top and the outside, you wanna sear it, and then you wanna cook it to your desired doneness. When you're finished, or when you're close to being finished, remember that your meat, the temperature, the heat of the meat is gonna continue to carry over for about another 5 to 10 minutes. So when you come off the grill, don't cut things right away. Don't jump right into it. Let it rest for a few minutes and the juices will reabsorb into the meat. All right, that's the best way to make a steak. I hope you take all these ideas to heart and enjoy dinner tonight. Have a great day.